This video is going to work through problem 17.6 from Gapenski's Healthcare Finance, 6th edition. 17.6 asks us to compare the industry average ratios from problem 17.4 and 17.5, where we looked at a managed care organization, MC, let's make that a little neater, and a nursing home. And so these are the industry averages, not there. We can just ignore this. Was my scratch work for Best Care, the managed care organization we played around with. So we're going to run through here, look at a few things. So stuff that hops out immediately. Nursing homes are going to have a lot more fixed assets, right? So if you look here at the fixed asset turnover for a nursing home versus a managed care, right? Nursing homes are essentially buildings, right? That's their main asset is buildings, whereas managed care is really kind of more of a knowledge organization. So you're going to have some computers, and that's it, right? I mean, really, it's in terms of assets. They might have a building to operate out of, but it's an office building, not a building where people are going to live and you're going to be making food and providing healthcare in, right? So they're going to have a smaller asset base that their earnings are going to be compared to. In terms of revenues, right? So just in general, they're going to have lower fixed assets. Nursing homes are going to get paid probably more slowly, right? So they're going to have average collections, days of collections is going to be longer. They're probably going to carry less cash, than managed care. Because why? Because managed care basically is constantly paying out claims, so they need to have more cash on hand. Debt ratio is slightly higher for a nursing home, but not that much different, because they both use a lot of debt, but for different reasons, right? A nursing home uses its debt to finance all those assets that it has, those fixed assets that it has. Whereas, this managed care, the managed care industry, has a lot of debt. Could be, so our text here is suggesting maybe it could be because, they just had a lot of losses, or, whatever. It's not clear what the reason is. They probably shouldn't have to have a lot of debt. Because they're not carrying a lot of big assets. It could be, rounds of acquisition where they were using debt to buy other organizations. That would explain it. But either way, if you have a high amount of debt, if you have nice, steady income coming in because you've got lots of, reliable buyers of your plans, for example, the more stable your income is, the more debt you can affect, investors will give you, because they see you as more like a utility, where people just routinely write you a check over and over and over again. And so you can leverage when you have a stable income stream. So those are the areas where it kind of jumps out. The things jump out, right? Of course, return on equity is a lot higher in the managed care side, even though total margins are very close to the same. And that's resulting from, largely from a higher asset turnover ratio that they have. So that's sufficient for this exercise. It just gives you an idea. To compare across industries, you have to know a lot about the individual industries and what's going on with them.